Yes. We are here again, guys. This is very interesting, and we are back again with this wonderful new journey for you. The Python track, and this is orientation day. We are here again, the next phase of your journey. And I'm glad to let you know that I am your host for today, Wellington. Shaora, your community ambassador, of course. If you haven't heard about me, now you have heard about me. If you don't see me again, watch me in the eHub space. I'll be there, present with you guys. So don't worry about anything that will. We are here to let you know and take you through this Python journey that you've been waiting for so much. And this is going to be great, guys. This is going to be great. So here is going to be our agenda for today. We're going to have our icebreaker whereby we are getting to know each other a little bit, like just getting to know each other. Before you do anything, you need to know each other first. And then after that, you get to talk, like when you know somebody, then you'll be able to talk to them. So this is what we're going to do. And then after that, we're going to go right into the Python track deep dive, where we are going to take you through on what this track offers. This track is fire. It's gonna, like, I don't know, you're going to see it. I don't want to break the code here, like, spill the beans out before the beans is even ripe and ready for consumption. So please just wait. The Python track deep dive is the perfect thing that you ever had on this one. And then, of course, we're going to take you through on how you are going to succeed in this track, because, like, you need anything. You need things that will take you through the journey for you to succeed. So we are going to have that. And I'm not going to tell you who is going to lead what, because you are going to see the wonderful people that we have here. The amazing data programs team members are here to take us through all that. And of course, the Jumpstart Kit. Oh my God, this is great. And I tell you, you will love this one. This is a resource that will help you to begin your journey without any blockers. So this is powerful. And after that, we're going to lead our Q&A, and then announcement, and then we close this session as we have started this week. And I want to say to the Python track. This is the beginning, and this is the start. And one thing that I need to tell you is, whenever in my language, actually, I'm going to tell you this in my language. I'm from Zimbabwe, by the way. We've got a statement that we always say. So I'm going to say it in Shona and then try to explain what it means, because I don't have an English statement to that. It's typical to Zimbabwe. So in Zimbabwe, we say rwendo rwemujecha tangira pamwe. This is great. What that means is, if you want to start something, you need to start something together. You don't have to be left behind. You don't have to go far ahead. Be with the crowd. Follow the people that you are with, and then you will be able to go through the journey well. So this is it. I've let you now. I'll ask this in the future. So please let this guide you. Okay, let's move on. So here is what we are going to do, guys. I want you to tell me in the chat. Just complete this session, this statement. When I hear Python, I think of what? I need to see what you think of when you hear of Python. Let's hear the chat. Oh my God, I'm looking to hear some answers. Oh, snake. Oh my God, snake. Oh, snake automation. I think of coding, codes, coding, snake, data, animal. Oh my God. Programming, overwhelmed. I think of being overwhelmed. Okay, that's nice. A big snake, a Monty. I don't know what that is, but I think this is interesting. Monty. Oh my God. Oh, snake, AI, anaconda. Print hello world. Okay. When I hear Python, I think of code. Yes, code. Many people think of code. Man, Money machine, English language. Okay, big snake. Money. Nyoka. That one is from Zimbabwe. I tell you, that is a Shona name. Nyoka. That means snake. Okay, that one, Nyoka. Yes, this is great. Big snake, data science, horror. Oh my God. I don't want to say the name of the person who said horror, but I know the person is on camera right now, looking at me, and she's a lady. This is interesting. Horror, ethical hacking, deadly snake, huge. Okay, guys. Okay. This is interesting. I'm not gonna like read every answer here, but yeah, the answers are interesting actually. Okay, here's another question for you. In one word, how do you feel about learning Python? In just one word. One word. Don't write 2 words. Don't write 3 words. Write excited, amazing, nervous, almost, great. Oh my God, the answers are coming like, I don't know, like a running car. Oh my God, horror, interesting, wow, enthusiastic. Yeah, guru, challenged. Yeah, of course, fantabulous. Oh my God. There's this one guy from our team who likes this word very much. I'm not going to say his name. He knows himself. Fantabulous. Suicidal, expectant, interested. Oh, great, guys. This is very, very interesting. Empowered. I like empowered. Yes. Empowered. Afraid. Oh my God. Yeah, learning Python is very afraid. Oh my God, you feel afraid, very afraid. I don't know. That's broken English. Don't copy that. It's broken English. Very afraid. Oh my God, I feel afraid. All right. This is great, guys. Curious, interested, champions. All right. Enough with the words now. Okay. So here is what we are gonna do. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to get you through on how to navigate your eHub spaces. So allow me to stop sharing and reshare my screen so that I can get you through to the eHub, and just want you to show you how your spaces will look like when you when you go to eHub, so that you don't get lost. So here is the thing, guys. Your eHub is coming right up. Right, I guess eHub is showing now. So this is what you see when you go to eHub, right? You log into eHub, you see this. Don't worry about all that stuff. This is the courses that are available. But where I want you to go is, I want you to click on these dots and go to community. This is where you get to see the spaces for the Python track. Spaces for the Python track. Take note of that. Because if you miss this one, you are going to get lost. And I tell you, don't worry about all this stuff that you're seeing here. What I want you to concentrate on is this, the Python 8 2025. So the spaces that you should see when you log into eHub is you're going to see the Python tab. So make sure that you log into the, oh, there's already a nice welcome message there. You can see, right? So this is where you get to see all the important announcements that you get to have during this Python track. So make sure you get access to this one, navigate through it, access it, read through the announcement every day, guys, because the announcements are posted every day. Now, after this announcement tab, you go to the program hub. Now, the program hub, okay, this is where you get to see all the event recordings, including the recording to this session that we're having. So every recording, whatever, be it webinars, be it events, be it everything, every resource that you need for the Python track. You just have to navigate to the data through the Python 8 2025 programs hub, right? This is where you get all. You see, there are a lot of things that are already there. The Python Jumpstart Kit, the eHub guide on how to navigate into eHub, how to do Slido, how to the guidelines for the community, answer-based guide, calendar guide, all things are there. The frequent asked questions, they are there in the data programs hub. So this is your go-to for information, anything that you need in terms of the program. You can actually go through here and you can read through the posts that are there. Now, after that one, you get to the Python 8 Ask a LX Data Programs team. Now, this is no post yet because it's you who start posting here. This is where you go when you want to ask a question. Let's say you've got a question that you need to be answered on. You go here, you create your post. You just click on create post, put a heading to it, ask your question, and the data programs team will be readily available to answer all your questions. And lastly, this is your squad. So if you are in Ghana Squad 1, you will see Ghana Squad 1. If you are in Ghana Squad 2, you see Ghana Squad 2. This is what you see, right? So this is your squad where your people from the same country as you will be. So interact with them. You get to interact, introduce yourself, make connections there in the squad spaces. So these are the spaces that you see when you go to eHub. Now, this is what we are going to get. Now, let me show you another thing that you need to take note of at this point in time, right? Because we've got a lot of things that you guys need to, like go through. So I just did the eHub walkthrough. So I'm going to share something as well, so that you get to see. So I was doing the eHub. Now I need you to watch this video. This video is very important, especially if you have not initially enrolled into data science. Now, data science is the program that has the Python track in it after the data analytics track. So if you have enrolled into the data analytics track only and you need to proceed to Python, this is the video to watch. It's there. We will send it. So let's listen to this one.
I'm just going to do an intro of the demo, and then I'll let you know when you can share your screen, and you will. All right, just a minute, please. All right, screen is coming up in 3, 2, 1, 0. Awesome. So currently, if you are a data analytics learner in ALX at the moment, this is what you're going to be seeing at the moment on your eHub, right? So this is what it looks like at the moment. You can confirm that. And if you are a data science learner, if you enrolled from the beginning of the program as a data science learner, this is also what you would be seeing on your eHub. So for data science learners, it's very easy. All you need to do is you'd see Python track, and you can just click on continue to continue to learning Python track. Just ensure that you are enrolled before the start date for course 7 Python. And then for data analytics learner, given that this is what you see on your screen, the question therefore is, where is Python here? How can I proceed? As we can see, a majority of us are already saying, yes, I'm going to go for Python. This Python, we're going to do this. We're going to do this, right? So, but where is Python now? How do I, enroll into Python? So I'm just going to let Wellington share his screen to walk you through that journey.
Okay, thank you, Bumi, for that. So here is what will be showing on your screen when you enroll for data analytics. I guess everybody can see my screen now. Can you confirm, please? Okay, thank you. All right. So when you enroll into data analytics, this is what you see. There is no Python, there is no machine learning, and you're wondering, how am I going to do this? So we've got you covered this time around because we've got this video for you just to show you how you do it. So if you have enrolled only for data analytics, here's what you do. You need to scroll up a little, and then you click on view all programs. Here, you get out, you see this, you click here, and then you will be able to view all programs. And then you see this is data science. You need to enroll again into data science so that you get to do Python and machine learning. So you click on enroll, and then you click I confirm, and then it starts loading. Once it confirms, you will see this now. But you're wondering what happens if I enroll into data science after data analytics? Am I going to repeat doing professional foundations? Am I going to repeat doing data analytics because it's there on the data science page? So what the system does is when you have already done professional foundations, it will be writing here, instead of continue, to be writing completed, and then you just have to continue with Python. Then you can continue with your Python. Very easy, guys, very simple. This is what we have for you. So this is what you do. You just have to enroll into data science, and then the system automatically picks that you have already completed PF, you have already completed DA. Now you are moving to Python. So this is very easy peasy, right? I think I'll stop here for now. All right. So this is how you do just that. Now
I'm just going to do an intro.
Going to move forward to the Python deep dive with our amazing Shegun Lawal, the data scientist, technical mentor. Shegun, it's your time, my guy. Let me stop so that you can share your screen on your own. Over to you, my guy. I like the smile, by the way. Let's give Shegun some hands and some love, guys, because Shegun is going to walk you through this wonderful and amazing journey. He's going to take you through that, and this is going to make your life easier. So your ears open. I don't know. Just continue, my guy. I might mess things up here.
All right. Thank you very much, Wellington. You came here with so much energy, and I do appreciate that. Before we go, I'll quickly ask a question. A poll will be thrown up to you. How would you describe your current experience with Python? You'll see a poll I'll be thrown to you right now. I want you to respond to the poll. How would you describe your current experience with Python? So I've been monitoring the Q&A and the chat, and I see that a lot of you are asking questions with regards to your data analysis certificate, and will it be available, and the fact that some of you can't see Python yet on your eHub space. I want you to be rest assured everything will be sorted out. Your data analysis certificate will be made available soon. Once your graduation is done, you will get your certificate. There's nothing to worry about. Yes, Python Sprint is starting on next week, on the 18th of August. So not to worry, you will have access to the content and everything, and you will have the opportunity to register for the course, okay? So don't worry, everything is on track, right? So just be cool. So yeah, while the poll is going up, I just want to let you know something. I can see that some of you are a bit scared and worried about Python. I will tell you that there's nothing to worry about, okay? There's nothing to worry about. Python is like any language. It's learnable. All you need to do is open your mind to Python. All right. So I want you to do something very significant right now. I want you to put in the chat, just write, I love Python. Everybody in the chat, I love Python. Do it, do it. I love Python. Everybody. Now, as you're typing it, say it to yourself. Say, I love Python. I love Python. Okay? Say, I love Python. Okay? When you love something, you open yourself to that thing, right? If you go back, remember back in school, the teachers we hate in secondary school, or the teacher we disliked, you discover that you perform badly in those courses. And the teachers we liked, somehow we found ourselves performing very good, right? So I want you to find a way or find a place in your heart to love Python. Let's start from there, right? So I'm going to give you a quick analogy. Do you know all the bad leaders in Africa, the tyrants and all the wicked leaders? Don't put their names down, all right? I'm not mentioning anybody's name. We don't know how far this video will go. But all those bad leaders in Africa, you've heard of them, right? And we perceive them as very bad people, right? Do you know that children don't see them that way? If you let the children of tyrants or wicked leaders, as we describe them, describe their fathers, the description will be different, right? So I don't want you to see Python as a bad leader or a wicked leader. I want you to see Python as a father, a friend, somebody that you want to work with, and somebody that is here to help you, right? So the perspective you have about Python will impact how you learn it, right? So every morning throughout this Python course, just say, I love Python. I'm going to learn Python. I love Python, right? Just practice it. Fall in love with the course and it will open up, you will open up your mind to learn the course, all right? It's not easy, true, but we are here to make it easy for you. So trust me, in the next 8 weeks, with the assistance of everybody on this call, you will learn Python, all right? So we get into the deep dive section about Python. So your journey so far, you started with data analysis, all right, data analysis track, some 14 weeks ago or thereabout, 14, 15 weeks ago, right? From the data analysis, we will move to Python. And after Python, we'll move to either machine learning or data engineering. So this is the journey of the data programs. We move from Python, from data analysis to Python, from Python to machine learning or data engineering, not both, okay? So you can't do data analysis and machine learning at the same time. You have to do one after the time. So either do machine learning or data engineering. Now the question is, where are we now? This is where we are. We are at the Python sprint, right? So these 8 weeks, we start next week, Monday, right? So I will tell you again, do not be afraid of Python. Open your mind, fall in love with it, and we're here to make the journey easy for you. Good. Now, the track. What is this Python track all about, right? The Python track is here to give you the core skills you need for your Python journey. So you're going to learn Python programming from ground up, meaning from the basics to the advanced. Everything you need to learn Python for data science or engineering, you're going to learn it in this Python track, right? You're also going to learn how to apply Python to automate tasks and to analyze data, right? So Python in this track is also a bridge. You also use to build strong coding foundations for advanced topics, right? The truth of the matter is that in the space of 8 weeks, we can't teach you all there is to learn about Python. But what we're going to be covering in these 8 weeks, we build the basic foundation that you need to springboard your journey in any aspect or any advanced topics in Python, which means at the end of these 8 weeks, you are prepared and positioned to further your career in Python, machine learning, or data engineering, right? Now, also, this track will bridge the gap between data analysis, machine learning, or data engineering. So you have completed data analysis. You can't just jump to machine learning or data engineering. You need something to bridge the gap. And Python, it's that something. So this Python track will bridge the gap between the two of them, right? Now, why it matters? Python is the most used languages in data science and AI. So it is not the only language that is used, but it is the most used language in data science, AI, and probably data engineering too. Now, The core skills, it is a core skills for machine learning and data engineering. So you can't do machine learning, you can't do data engineering unless you understand Python. That's why I want you to take this course very serious. If you want to be a data scientist or data engineer, you're like, okay, fine, I'm just gonna breeze through Python track. When I get to data engineering or data machine learning, I'm gonna take things serious. No, your data engineering career or data science career starts now as we're training on Python. So take your Python track very serious. Now it is widely used in real job data, in real world data jobs, right? And most importantly, this Python track, it expands your problem solving capabilities. So you have learned a lot of tools from Google Sheets to SQL and data visualization, right? That's Power BI. Now, Python, you're just adding more ammunition to your arsenal in your data career, right? So that's the importance of this Python track. Good. So what tools are we going to be using, right? So over the duration of this module, we're going to be using several tools, right? Now, you're going to look at how to use them in this Python track. We're going to be teaching you how to use these tools, right? Now, then by the end of the module, you will know which tool works best for you in which scenarios or which problems you're trying to use to solve. So look at the tools we're going to be using. Jupyter Notebook, I believe that you should be conversant with Jupyter Notebook. We have used it in the data analysis track. Then you learn a lot of Python libraries, right? Don't worry, we'll cover all this when you start learning the course. Then we use Google Colab. We'll introduce Google Colab to you. Then we'll talk about GitHub and Git, and we'll also talk about VS Code, Microsoft Visual Studio Code. So these are the tools we'll be covering, right? There are many more tools that you can use in your data journey, but these are the basic tools that we will be covering, right? Now, what do you expect? Every week will contain a mixture of knowledge piece, exercises, and knowledge questions. So for the next 8 weeks, every week you'll be having knowledge pieces, exercises, and knowledge questions. Then there will be one graded assessment per week, right? So every week you have one graded assessment, but in the last week you have two. But throughout the first 7 weeks, you have a graded assessment. It is going to be either a code challenge or an MCQ. In your data analysis, you are doing a lot of MCQs. Someone said the sound is not clear. Can you confirm you can hear me, Wellington?
Yeah, I can hear you, Shagun.
Okay. If the sound is not clear, I would advise you log out of the webinar and come back in. All right. Maybe your network is having issues. Good. So in the Python sprint, you'll be having two types of assessments. You have a code challenge and an MCQ, right? We'll talk about the code challenge later. Now, it is impossible to cover all aspects of Python in a single module, right? So don't hesitate to use the Python documentation. So during the course, we're going to introduce what we call Python documentation, all right? So as I said, there is nothing to worry about Python. There is nothing to fear about Python. It may have a snake name and all that, but people have done this thing, okay? And you are more than capable to do it. More importantly, you have us by your side along the way, okay? So just be cool about Python. There is nothing impossible about Python that you cannot learn, all right? So just be relaxed. Good. So there are three types of assessment activities. So we have the knowledge questions. You should be conversant with this, right? It's a multi-choice question after each track, right? You just, or each content. So it doesn't count towards our final mark. It's just for you to see how you understand the concept being taught. Then we have the multi-choice question, the MCQs. So it's summative assessments are tagged MCQs in the title, right? The tests are not timed. We see the release date, due date, and when we have to attempt the test and our scores. Remember, for your MCQs, you have one attempt to score 100%. If after the first attempt you don't score 100%, you have 3 supplementary attempts, right? And if you use up the 3 supplementary attempts, that means you have failed that MCQ. So I would advise, don't rush to write the MCQ. Take your time. Take your time. And if you fail the first attempt, you have 3 more supplementary attempts. Please ensure you get over 50% or more in with that available 3 supplementary attempts, all right, so that you don't fail that assessment. Then we have the code challenge. Now remember, for the MCQ, you have 1 first attempt to get 100 and 3 attempts, right? But for 3 supplementary attempts, please. But for the code challenge, right? It is not timed, and you have multiple attempts before the deadline, all right? If you're submitting before the deadline, you have multiple attempts to submit the code challenge. You're not restricted to any attempt. You have unlimited attempts to keep improving your scores, right? But once the deadline is over, you cannot improve your score again. And if you have not written the assessment after the deadline, your scores is capped at 50%, right? Good. Now, what is this module all about? In this module, here are the things you'll be covering. We'll be covering Python programming basics, right? You'll be working with Jupyter Notebook environment, pseudocode, and working with primitive data types. As I said, don't allow all these things bother you or stress you. We are here to guide you, and we're here to put you through everything you need, okay? So there's nothing to worry about. Then we'll go to functions and control flow. After functions and control flow, we'll look at data structures, and the interesting part, we're going to do data analysis with Python, right? So as I said earlier, Python bridges the gap between data science and machine learning / data engineering. So everything you need to learn about data science Python that you need for data science and data engineering will be covered in the next 8 weeks, right? Once again in the chat, just tell yourself you love Python, right? Open your minds to Python and you will enjoy it, I tell you. Now, the course is 8 weeks. I've seen a lot of people asking, how many weeks is the Python course? Yeah, one more thing. The course is 8 weeks, right? But we recommend that you spend 280 hours in these 8 weeks for this content. So if you divide 280 by 7 and divide by, 8 and divide by 7, you have approximately 5 hours, which means you're supposed to find a way to spend 5 hours on a daily basis for the course. You don't learn Python by watching. You don't learn Python by reading. You learn Python by practice, all right? So you can watch the content, read the content, but you have to write the code. You don't learn a language by watching. You learn a language by speaking the language, right? In like manner, you learn Python by practicing Python, all right? So for the next, from now till the end of Python, I want you to make a promise to yourself that you'll be writing code every single day, all right? Every single day. Make sure you are writing codes, all right? Make sure you're writing codes every single day. Now, you are supposed to spend at least 5 hours every day, all right? So you schedule your plan. We have done hard things in data analysis, right? We are turning up the heat a bit, right? But as I said, don't be afraid. We're here to guide you, right? Python is learnable. People who are not as brilliant as you have written Python, people who are not as smart as you have gone through Python and have learned Python, people who didn't have the advantage you have learned Python. So you are in a very good position to learn Python. And as I said, we are here to assist you. So Python is a very sweet course. And to tell you the truth, Python is one of the most easiest programming language in the world. All right. So it's something that you can easily learn. So don't be afraid. Okay. If you come here afraid, I want you to leave here with so much confidence that you're going to learn Python and you're going to love Python and it will become one of your very important tools in your data career. Good. So let's look at the content. It's divided into 2 parts, right? The first 4 weeks is we're talking about Python basics. And this second 4 weeks, that's from week 1 to week 4, we'll do Python basics or the basics of Python. And week 5 to week 8, we'll be covering the applying Python to solve data problems, right? Now look at the assessment. On the first week, the first assessment will be data structure. It is a code challenge. The second week, we have another code challenge, loops and functions. The third week, it is an MCQ, right? The fourth week is a code challenge. Then we have the fifth week where we have another code MCQ. The sixth week we'll be having MCQ. The seventh week we'll be having a code challenge. And on the 8th week, the final week, you have 2 assessments. Python theory, so Python exam theory part 1 and Python exam part 2, which is the practical. So you're going to write 2 assessments. So overall, you'll be writing 9 assessments in Python. And remember, to graduate, you're supposed to have 75% passes, right? So I want you to remember this. There are a total of 9 assessments. And to graduate, you will need to pass at least 7 assessments. So just for those of you who keep asking the question, oh, have I met graduation? Have I met graduation criteria? I want you to know that to meet the graduation criteria for Python, you need to pass 7 assessments. So ensure you are not failing the assessment. You need to pass 7, okay, out of the 9 to be sure you'll be graduating from Python. And remember, you can't move to machine learning unless you pass your Python sprint, okay? So make sure you hit the 7% pass for you to be able to graduate to the next sprint, whether you're moving to machine learning or data engineering. Good. So very important. I'm going to walk you through on how to submit your code challenge in the course, right? So I'm going to be moving on to, okay, let me stop sharing and share my full screen. Give me a moment. Let me share my full screen. Okay, share. Good. I'm sharing my full screen now. Good. So you all know how Athena looks like, right? So this is the Python sprint. When you get to the Python sprint, this is like what you do in the first week. This is the content you cover in the first week of the Python sprint. Good. You have the module, you have the introduction to Python and go to the content variables. But more importantly is the assessment, the code challenge, right? Now, for the first assessment, now the code challenge is quite different from the MCQ. You have to read the instructions clearly, right? So you can see this at the bottom left here, 4.11 code challenge guide. So when you come to the content, this guide will introduce you to what you need to know and how you need to prep for the code challenge. And I'm going to come down here. Now, this is a very important part I want you to see. Okay, let me zoom a bit. Okay, good. You can see the instruction here. Now, this is the notebook. This is not the code challenge. This is the code challenge guide. The notebook says download a copy of the notebook and rename the notebook. So you're going to download the copy of the actual code challenge. This is not the actual code challenge. This is the code challenge guide. So you download the copy of the code challenge and you rename it. You name it Data Structures Code Challenge Workbook. And when you're done working on it, you name it Data Structures Code Challenge, right? So I'm going to go to the code challenge. All right. Now I'm going to say start. When I say start, it gives you the instruction. Please make sure you read the instruction properly. All right. Make sure you read all the instruction properly. So I'm going to download the question. When I click on download, I'm downloading the question. I'm going to go back to the code challenge guide. All right. So I'm going to go down here. I'm going to copy the name. It said name it Data Structures Code Challenge Work. All right. I'm going to copy the name. Then I'm going to move to, all right, my download folder. You can see the name. Now, when you download the copy to look like this, right, you just say rename and you, good. You rename it workbook, all right? So you're going to work with this notebook, okay? So I'm going to quickly go and open the notebook on Jupyter Notebook. Downloads, good. So this is how the Jupyter Notebook look, all right, for the assessment. Now, there are very important instructions, and I'm going to say this again. Look at this instruction. I'm going to zoom in. Very important. It says, do not add or remove cells in this notebook. Do not edit or remove the hash from this page. You see 3 hash start functions or end functions comment. Do not add any code outside of the functions you are required to edit. Doing any of this will lead to 0 marks. So many, we have observed over time that many learners don't adhere to this. So don't add any cell. If you add a cell like this, you're going to get 0. Don't add any cell. Don't write anything. You see this function, write within this place. Whatever code you're going to write it here within this space, right? Do not add anything. Some of you will come here and say something like import pandas. Once you do this, you're going to fail. It's going to give you 0. So you don't write anything. Don't add any code. Don't add anything. Write your code within, all right? Don't add anything, any cell. So this is the workbook, right? You do the work challenge here. When you solve your code challenge and you're done, the instruction, what did the instruction says? It says download, transfer your code into another copy of the data structure notebook. So when I'm done with this, I come back here, I copy this name, data structures code challenge. I copy, then I go to my code challenge. I say start, then I download a new copy, download question. Then this is the copy I will submit. All right. I'll now say rename. Good. So I'm not going to submit the code challenge notebook. All right, good. So I'm going to show you how to submit. And one more thing, please, I want you guys to understand how to structure your files. I observed that some of you just have lots of files in your download. Try to make sure you structure it and put it properly in files, right? So I'm going to walk you through how to submit. Now I've downloaded my notebook, right? Now I want to submit. So I'm going to show you my directory. I'm very keen on organizing my directory for easy use. So I'm going to move to my directory where I have this desktop, ALX, data programs, Python, good, data structure. So this is the code challenge I want to submit. Now, very important, when you have finished writing your codes and you want to upload your answers, right? You have a directory where you upload it. Now, this is the step. So this is my notebook. I'm done solving my code challenge. You can see I put Python data structure version 1. All right. So let me delete this. Now, when I finish working on this, my notebook, let me say move to trash. I'll have to put it to a zip file. All right. Because you cannot submit it if it's not in a zip file. And to submit it in a zip file, you right click and say compress data. For those of you using Windows, you don't have problem, just zip it. For those of you using Mac, I want you to watch this. When you say zip, you have to edit the name. If you say edit name, where is rename, you discover that the .ipy is attached to the name. So all you need to do is to delete the .ipy and leave the zip. If you don't do that, you're going to have issues submitting. So I say enter. Now, I go to the code challenge. I say upload my answer, upload. I try to look for my directory, data programs, analysis, Python. Where is it? Data structures. Yeah, Python v1. And I say upload. I say save. I say save. So you see it. Okay, good. Now I've submitted it. Okay. And I can look at my scores. I got 70%. All right. That's nice. I got 70%. Let's say I feel like I can do better. I want to improve on the scores. I say I want to go back and work on my notebook. Now, before you work on your notebook, all right, this is the notebook that gave me 70%. Before you make on it, save it, create another copy, all right? So this is the notebook that gave me 70%. I've created another copy of a notebook to edit it. So I'm going to submit this one, right? So I said, no, 70 is not good enough. I start, I say upload answer. I go back to my notebook. I say, okay, fine. Let me upload the second notebook and now I click save. Now, when you see 98%, this 98% is not your score. It's trying to upload. Now I've uploaded my notebook, okay? I can look at the report card. If you see my score has come back to 40%, what's happening? My score is now 40%. What happened? So I had a notebook that gave me 70%. If you work on that same notebook and get 40%, you may not be able to get back your 70%. We have had situations where learners came to us and say, I submitted the notebook, it gave me 70 or 90. I was trying to get 100 and I'm now getting 40%. Please, I need my previous score. There's nothing we can do about that because it is auto-graded. We're not the one grading it. It is graded by the auto-grader. So before you make any adjustment, you have to keep a copy. So because I have a copy of the 70%, I can go back and say, all right, let me move over. Let me start again and use my previous notebook that gave me 70%. And I say upload answer. I move back to my previous notebook, Python data structures v1. And I say, let me go back to the version 1 I had. Save 90%. This is not the score, right? It's loading. Good, 100%. And I view my report card and I see I have back my 70%. All right. So if you have a notebook and you're trying to edit it to improve your scores, remember that you have to keep a copy of it just in case your improvement doesn't work. You have a fallback plan. All right. Then you can keep applying, submitting over and over again and trying, and maybe, just maybe, you could have a notebook that has the correct answers, or you have improved your performance very well. And I have a version 3 and I can say submit and save, successfully submit. I look at my report card and you can see I've gotten 100. So I'm not limited to the number of submissions I have. All right. So this is 100. Okay. But you must do all this before the deadline, right? Good. So that's it for the walkthrough. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask, and I'll be on the Q&A to respond to you. I'll be passing it on to Bumi, and I'll stop sharing. Right. And yeah, over to you, Bumi.
Amazing. Thanks, Shegun, for that walkthrough. Wellington, you can bring back the screen on. I hope we did enjoy that session with Shegun. Thanks, Shegun, for the spirit you passed on to our learners. Love the, the I love Python thing. It's very necessary to, to have that mindset, as you dive into Python. I know while Shegu's session was going on, some of you were saying, oh, I'm lost. What is all of this about? What's notebook? Or what is this? This is looking like jargons, coupled with the fact that over, I think about 84%, if I'm not mistaken, from the poll, states that you have little to no experience, in Python. So don't get overwhelmed. This is, yeah, of course, you're just starting. Don't get overwhelmed, which is why I'll be leading us on to, a very quick one on what it means to succeed, in the Python track. And think of this session as, as accumulation of the experiences we've had with our past learners. I mean, this is cohort 7. We've had, learners from previous cohorts that, has gone through the same program, but they made it. And another interesting fact is the fact that, most of our learners that come into this journey, right? It's not like they come in as gurus or they come in as Python experts. They also came in as, as beginners. But what has separated the outstanding learners from learners that were not able to carry on? Also, I want to say something to you guys, not for you to get shocked or be afraid. Already, you said you love Python and you've already entered into a covenant with Python today. So you love Python forever. Another interesting fact you should note, sometimes it's good to tell you the truth, right? As you have entered into this covenant with Python today, you love Python. Historically and from data, we also did see that at the Python stage or the Python track, that is when most learners begin to drop out of the program. Most learners are not able to continue. Most learners start struggling, but still, we still have some learners that succeeded. So this session is bringing you into, focusing on the success. Let's leave those learners that didn't succeed. You're also going to sort of get a partial feel of what happened, why didn't those learners succeed as well, just to balance things up so you understand. See, another thing again, I'm going to say, not really related to what I'm about to dive into. I've been seeing a lot around, you're not seeing Python track, you're not seeing eHub. Okay, just maybe to calm you down and to reduce the anxiety. Nobody, like your mates, your peer group, nobody has seen Python on their eHub at the moment. It's not activated at the moment, nobody. So that should give you like, okay, I'm not the only one. If it were to be the case where someone is like, man, I'm there now, I can see, then you should be concerned, you should be like, But right now, nobody. When Wellington did the show, the eHub walkthrough, you also see that no learner is there. Nobody is there. But this is just letting you know that, be rest assured you will get into the track when it's time. You would definitely see it. This is the orientation week. Just be calm, be patient. Don't start working yourself out. Don't exhaust your energy. You need that energy for Python. So guys, please keep the energy. All right, so let's move on. Yes, well, it's the next slide. So really, what does winning the Python race means? Python is a lot like running a marathon, and you're familiar with Python, with marathon. You don't start at full speed and expect to make it to the finish line. Like that's not doing that. You don't definitely know that you just started running. Most marathon racers don't operate like that. You start with a steady pace, then you build your rhythm, and then you focus on putting one foot in front of the other. So this analogy is just giving you a feel of the journey you're about to start. Your learning starts next week, but have this is why you're on this orientation, have this as an orientation, have this, as a mind shift. So thankfully, Python is, and the beautiful thing about Python, again, is the fact that it's the shortest track. It's the shortest track of all of the data programs track. Data analytics was 14 weeks, isn't it? Machine learning is even longer. And you heard Shegun when Shegun said, Python is like the connecting dot between data analytics and machine learning, right? So, and it's the shortest track. So over the next 8 weeks, it's just for 8 weeks, your goal, guys, isn't to be the fastest. It's not about being the fastest. It's not about, don't worry, you're going to see that in the next one. It's just about you keep moving forward. It's about showing up. It's about staying consistent, and it's about crossing the finish line with energy to spare, because you will not be done, because you still have another marathon to run. You still have another maybe 1 kilometer or 5 kilometers, which is machine learning, right? So how long does it take? I know most of us are so anxious. You just want to be up there. How long does it take to become a Python expert in data science? So this is based on your experience or expectations, right? How long, right? I want you guys to put that in the chat. How long do you think, Python, remember Python, you're going to learn Python in 8 weeks. Yeah, that's what ALX is saying to you. But how long do you think it typically takes to reach expert? Please look at the keyword there, expert level proficiency. How long do you think it typically takes? All right, someone says 10,000 hours. That person that said 10,000 hours must have read enough Malcolm Gladwell's book. I see you, Eop. Okay, someone says 6 months, 2 to 3 years, 1 year. 12 years. Who is chasing you? No, 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 no. This is very, I don't know what to call that. 2 to 3 years, practically infinity. Love that spirit, Daniel. Speaking of lifelong learning. But then how long do you think it will take to get to that mark? Someone says, I feel 6 months, 18 months. It's not limited, 3 years, 5 months minimum. Okay, love the spirit. I love that. Oh, Matilda, what do you mean by 5? Okay. I love that nobody is saying you have become expert level proficiency in 8 weeks, according to ALX, right? I love that we are not trailing on that. Let's click Wellington. So let's see a breakdown of what it takes with, please don't quote me wrong, with consistency. Consistency. Consistency is not necessarily about doing something for long hours. It could be just doing a short block of time, but you're doing it consistently at a paced period. So in less than 6 months, which is typically where you would be in ALX, you would usually have enough to grab basics and start doing simple data analysis or small machine learning projects like Shegun mentioned, Wellington Next Click. And you also have between 6 to 12 months. I saw some people, say 6 to 12 months. So this is what that translates with. You start becoming comfortable with common libraries and workflow, And at this point, you'll be ready for more independent work between this, depending on how fast and depending on your consistency level. Next click, Wellington. And then I saw majority say between 1 to 3 years. This is, okay, what happens here? This is where you build deeper expertise, you solve complex problems, you begin to write clean production code, which is something you're going to be learning, as a starter, as per building. And then the person that said 12 years, next click, Wellington. So more than 3 years, for more than 3 years, this, guys, is not one day on, one day off. Please don't quote me wrong. This has to be a consistent journey, right? For more than 3 years, of course, you can often senior specialists, thought leaders, after consistently, being on this trail. Yes, Wellington, next slide. So what does success look like in data science, in ALX, Python track? I'm going to tell us what success is. Yes, success is more about learning and grasping the basic Python concept. What you'll be learning in the course in the next 8 weeks is going to be more about building, your foundation, building a strong foundation in order to, problem solve, in order to be able to approach complex problems, using Python in the future. So I need us to get our minds there. Most times the overwhelmed feeling comes from the situation where we start comparing ourselves, like we've been learning Python, and you start comparing yourself with some kind of project you see on Kaggle, and then you're like, you're not able to solve this, you're not able to do this. Why? You don't want to compare yourself on that level. As such, you have to be very careful, because that can break you, that can wear you out, that can cause burnout, and that can discourage you. Understand where you are at and what success is not. You've seen what success is. What success is not in the ALX data, Python track, is becoming a Python guru in 8 weeks. And just like I said, comparing your skills to global experts. You are not there yet. Your success, you define your success as your consistency, how you show up, and how well you've mastered, the basics, which is what this 8 weeks is going to get you on. I love this particular quote from, one of my favorite former American president, one of our founding founders in America, Abraham Lincoln. I don't know if anyone can interpret or this quote. This quote is, when you look at this quote deeply, you would pick a lot of things. It's beyond the words that you see, or beyond the words that that Abraham Lincoln has said. It says something about, give me 6 hours to chop down a tree. 6 hours to chop down a tree. Now, look at what he would spend the first 4 hours doing. He will spend the first 4 hours sharpening the axe that he needs to chop down the tree to achieve the goal. So he needs just 2 hours at the end of the day. But if you do the inverse, you're so in a haste, you just want to be a guru immediately after 8 weeks, you just want to get out there, you would end up wasting your time. You end up wearing yourself out. Imagine using 2 hours to just sharpen the axe to chop down a tree. At the end of the day, the axe is not well sharpened, it's blunt. You're exerting more energy, trying to chop down the tree because you failed to do the needful. So focus on getting the basics. Focus on this 8 weeks. Focus on grounding yourself. Focus on, cooking yourself in the foundation. Once you get that, remember when we were in school, and then you're in primary 4 or grade 4, and then I remember then some parents would say, oh, my child will be going to secondary school from grade 4. And then with our parents say, continue to grade 6. We're like, oh, what's all of this? And then we get to secondary school, and you see those ones that were, skipped like 2 classes to secondary school, and they're falling behind, and you're wondering why. Although you have some kids, some students that are exceptionally gifted, right? But that's an exception, right? So you find that they're falling behind, and we that actually spends, more years being grounded, we're doing much better. So it's just, a similar analogy with that. Next slide, Wellington. So I'm going to be showing us the secret sauce to succeed. And this is very specific. This is not generic. This is very specific to succeeding in the ALX Python track. Trust the learning journey. What does that mean? You have used the ALX learning journey, learning experience. By that, I mean the Athena content. This is what is happening this week. Focus on it. I know there are a lot of, in this age we are right now, there's information overload. We want to do YouTube. While that is good, ensure that ALX Athena learning content is the blueprint you're using to extend whatever learning you want to extend. Not to say extending your learning is not appropriate. It's appropriate, but ensure that you trust the learning journey. You already understand the rhythm. Shegun taught us the rhythm. You get the reading from data analytics. That is what is going to happen. Is the same reading. Every week, a learning content is released. And every week, you also have an assessment, because you heard Shegun also say something about, especially in Python track, you learn by doing, right? So trust the learning journey. Next click. Now, this one, we see you guys, we are data people, so we have everything at the back end. We see you guys always submitting your assessment, because we say assessment deadline is on Monday, 11:59 p.m. GMT. Then you wait. Guys, don't try that for Python. Do not try that. You may have scaled that. That might have helped you in data analytics. That is like welcome, welcome, welcome. For Python bites. That's why it's Python. Please don't try that. Ensure you beat the deadline creep. Aim for your own personal deadline. It could be 24 hours before official deadline. It could be 48 hours. Why? You're giving yourself some buffer time for debugging. Okay, that debugging part, let me just leave that part for now. Life emergency, life happens, and Python this is me just being real. And like I said, this is secret sauce for Python track in ALX. I'm not saying generically. Beat the deadline creep, and this is something that when we evaluated our successful alumni, how did they make it? What were their habits? What were their behaviors? These were the behaviors we did see. Sometimes, when you set these deadlines for yourself, right? Sometimes you find that you end up submitting on the actual deadline because life happens. But it helps because at the end of the day, you're able to submit at the deadline, but not putting your mind, oh, Monday, 11:59. No. Then sorry guys, I need to cough. All right. So another behavior we see is, I know now we're saying, oh, webinars count for your graduation. Some of you just join our webinars on your phone. You drop the phone and go to the kitchen, or you start doing something else because you want to mark attendance. Don't try that in Python. It's beyond just saying, let me attend because let me sign in, let me be there because it's a graduation requirement. This behavior in Python track will not make you successful. Make webinars count. Ensure you join your webinar. And we have an amazing update coming on, guys. For you guys soon on our webinars. I want to keep it a secret, but our webinars are going on a different dimension. It's going on another level. So I'm just going to keep that as a secret source. I'm hoping that you guys benefit from the new phase of our webinar. And the last secret source, guys, do not learn alone. Don't be a solo person. Stop saying I'm an introvert. I'm a reserved person. Come on, guys. Do you know how many learners are in ALX? You'll find your type. We're not talking of 50 learners or 100 learners, right? You would always find your type. You always find someone that you vibe with. You always find someone that you bond with, right? So do not learn alone. We find out that the learners, our alumni that were highly successful, they were never alone. They leveraged on support, peer support, and reaching out to us as well. Most of us, we barely reach out to the programs team as well. We don't voice out our issues on time. 85% of learners we did see will reach out for help early. Not some of us for data analytics track is during the consolidation we are saying, please, I was this, I was that. That's too late. Please ensure you reach out for help early to complete the program. Very, very early. All right. Next slide, please. So, how many of us has read this book before? I think I saw someone make reference to Atomic Habits in the chat. So why these are secret source on, oh, this is the behavior, this is the behavior, this is that. So how do you nail it? How do you ensure that you study? How do you ensure that you attend webinars? How do you ensure that you submit your assessments or you meet the deadline? So this is about nailing it with systems, not just goals. So James Clear, who is the author of Atomic Habit, I recommend that you just go through it. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. So I'm going to show us a typical example of what we mean by systems and what we mean by goals. And just also let us know why system beats goals. So the goal is the destination, while the system is the repeatable steps that get you there. So if you've read Atomic Habit before, I know sometimes we read books and we don't apply it. This is the time you apply. A strong system makes success inevitable even on low motivation days. So what does setting systems for Python success positioning, what does it mean? So the goal, actually, everybody's saying, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it. You're going to finish all Python modules in 8 weeks. That is the goal, but that might not get you anywhere. You might crash, right? What are the systems what system would you be putting in place to ensure you reach that goal, right? These are some examples. I'm not saying you must follow this. Create your system. You understand yourself. You've done self-awareness in professional foundations. I hope you haven't forgotten that, right? An example of a system would be, Shagun has told you guys, code daily. If you can't code daily, just ensure it's consistent. Like I said, consistency is not 1,000 hours. It could 1,000 hours after every 6 months. No, it could be 30 minutes every 2 days. Be consistent, create a system for that. Review, practice your notes. This is just a guide on what a system looks like. They are actionable and repeatable steps. So you can create your own system that works, something that works for you. All right, I guess this is me coming to a close, if I'm not yet mistaken. So guys, I've poured all I can pour on you. I'm hoping that you are that cohort that even beat our expectation. You are that cohort that is not dropping out. We've let you know what the truth is. You love Python. You've entered into a covenant with Python today. It bites sometimes, but you would heal. All right. Thank you, team. Passing it back to Wellington. Wellington, over to you.
Wow, thank you so much, Bumi. Let's give Bumi and Shagun a big round of applause. I just want to see the clapping hands in the, yeah, let me see them, guys. These guys have done a great job actually for today, sharing there. Let's show them some love. Let's show them some love, guys. I'm not seeing the loves yet. Oh my God, we are not going to continue if I don't see any, actually, because you can't leave them like that. Some love, guys. Oh my God. No love.
Wellington, because you're sharing, you may not see there are lots of love going on. We can see it on
Ah,
our.
really?
Yeah.
Ah, that's great. Thanks, Segun, for that. I was actually about to say, let's close this meeting. Let's go and rest, guys, because no love for the guys. But thank you so much. Yes, I like that. So this time in moment, I am going to invite, oh my God, somebody talked about this guy who is coming after. He said, this guy is so handsome. I don't know. You're going to see that. But I'm going to invite our data guru, that one and only Uba Sunochi. Let's give him some love, guys. Uba, Uba, Uba. Yes, this is the guy. He's going to introduce to you what we call the jump starter kit, and he is gonna kick it out. Please kick it out of the bag. Boo, Uba.
Alrighty. Hello everyone. Good afternoon, good day, wherever you're joining in from. And yeah, it's been an interesting session so far. Wellington, if you don't mind, I would like to display your screen and share mine. Right. All right, please confirm you can see my screen. All right, cool. So yeah, to be honest, I have felt the energy so far from Wellington, who I like to call a jack of all trades. You need to see Wellington and his DJ skills, or when he puts on his DJ hats, and to Shego, of course, with a very disciplined but hard truths or hard pill road on what your Python journey is going to look like. And of course, Bumi has come in to give you some tips, some what's that thing you call it? Aspire to perspire stories on how to navigate the Python track. And it's very important because Python bites, to be honest. It bites, but it's a sweet bite if you think about it. It's a sweet bite, and all of what we're trying to do is to let you know that there are ways you can, bandage all those bites and get to the finish line. So yeah, without wasting any further time, I'm gonna tell you a bit of what we have done here to help your learning journey as well. So earlier on, a poll went out to gauge the experience level of every one of you here. Your experience level when it comes to Python. And I want to believe everyone participated in that poll. And like Bumi already shared, 84% of you indicated that you have very little to no experience, Python or coding experience. And that is exactly why we have this, the Jumpstart Kit. So from our previous cohorts, we have come to realize, like, I think it was Shego or Bumi that made mention of that, based on our statistics, people begin to struggle a lot in the Python track. And upon, further analysis and digging, we got to find out why. The number one reason being what the poll speaks to, which is the fact that a lot of people who, get to that stage in the program didn't have very little or no experience when it comes to Python. And the course was designed in such a way that, I wouldn't say it doesn't capture such people, but it requires some minimal foundational knowledge of Python, right? So we noticed that gap and we decided to bridge that gap for you. And that's where the Jumpstart Kit comes in. So takes me to the first thing I'm going to touch on, why we created it. Like I already said, to bridge the gap for learners with very minimal Python or coding experience. And right here on this call, we've come to see that about 84% of you fall into this category. So this is why we have put the Jumpstart Kit together for you. We also want to make sure that all learners, start the Python track at more or less an equal level, or like not necessarily equal level, but equal level in terms of foundational understanding. That's the basics, the rudimentary aspects of Python, right? We want everyone, we don't want a situation where we have let's say the leapfroggers who already have that experience and just breeze through it. And then we have those that, are still trying to even understand what Python is, right? So we want to bring that last category of people to some level of parity, right? Where at least when it comes to Python basics, you're no longer a novice, right? And then lastly, we also want to improve your confidence and engagement from the very onset, right? And this is very important for us because a lot of us have been on the other side. In short, all of us on this call are actually currently learners. They were doing some other, the ACE course, which I believe some of you are already aware of, right? And we know there's this, we like to say, learning fatigue that sets in, more especially when your confidence is low, right? When you get to that point where you feel like even the bits you have covered, you're not understanding. So you begin to ask yourself, why do you even want to go for the right? So that's what we're trying to correct here. We want to be able to help you understand the very basics from the get-go so that it will help you build on your confidence, right? And make you even more eager to engage with the content itself on Athena, right? So that is why we have created the Jumpstart Kit. Now let's see how it helps you, right? So basically what it does, first and foremost, is to introduce you to the basic and core Python concepts in a very simplified and emphasis on this beginner-friendly way, right? So there are no assumptions that the kit has been designed in such a way that there are no assumptions that, oh, you understand what maybe a bracket is or what the syntax means, or no, we have structured what a list is, we have structured this Jumpstart Kit in such a way that it helps you to even understand those very concepts that people would easily assume, or any course designer would easily assume that you should already know, right? So we make it very, very beginner friendly, right? It also helps you to practice with examples and exercises. So while going through the Jumpstart Kits, you will get to practice examples and exercises. You'd also have some quick tests or quick quizzes. They're not graded, by the way. They don't add to your graduation score or requirements. They're just to help you get better at it, right? So yeah, you'd have some of these in the Jumpstart Kit. And then it would also help you build familiarity with things like Python syntax, the different tools, basic coding workflows, right? So for example, when you have a problem, right, you want to solve, you don't just go from, oh, there's a problem, to start writing codes, right? There's a coding workflow that will get you to the point of the problem, understanding the problem, to solving the problem, right? So this Jumpstart Kit is also going to help you understand those basic coding workflows. All right. So where is this Jumpstart Kit we've been talking about since forever? Yeah. Okay, sorry, I'm just gonna go back to, I'm not sure what I did here, but you technology. All right, cool. So I'm just gonna, yeah, so where is it? There's a link here on the slide, and when you click the link, it's gonna take you to where we have hosted all of this for you, which is here, right? So getting started with Python. Now, it starts with a quick overview of what the course is about, right? And then you get to see tutorial videos on different parts of, foundational Python, right? Starting with a very basic introduction of some of those terms, some of those things you'd get to hear once you engage the course or the modules on Athena, right? You have getting started with Python, an overview, right? So this is, I mean, like it implies an overview, tells you, it goes beyond the what and the how, it tells you the why. For example, you want to solve a problem using Python code, or why are you even solving that problem? How does it add up in the real world, right? So you get to hear some of this, so you get to learn some of this in this very first module, or this very first tutorial video. And then you have an introduction to Google Colab, which is an alternative to your Jupyter notebooks, right? So it's a notebook in itself, just hosted by Google, right? I mean, owned by Google, right? Google Colab, and it's even more intuitive. Well, I wouldn't say not necessarily more intuitive, but more accessible. Yeah, that's the word, right? Because all you need to do is just go on your browser, type Google Colab, click. As far as you have a Google account, you can access it. You don't need to download and install anything, and you can do basically everything you can do on your Jupyter notebook. You can do it on Google Colab. So yeah, then we have other tutorial videos on the very basics of Python, comments, variables, data types, data structures, functions, common Python errors and fixes, how to debug your codes, right? And lastly, how to write clean Python codes. So here you would see that you have links that have been appended to okay, before I get to the links, if you want to view this fully, you can simply just click the arrow icon here. You click the arrow icon here, and just a moment, trying to get my pointer. Spotlight. Yeah. So you click the arrow icon here, it takes you into a full screen mode. Or rather the designated page for the particular tutorial video, and then you could watch it by just clicking and enter full screen mode.
Hello,
right?
and welcome to Getting Started with Python Overview.
Okay, so one thing you would notice is that the speed on this is a little bit faster, right? And you can always adjust it, of course, to what you'd prefer, right? So it's currently on 1.2x speed. If you rather it goes on 1x speed at normal speed, normal talking speed, that's fine. You could adjust it to that as well. But yeah,
In this
whatever
video,
works for
we are going to have
So I'm just going to go back to this. So yeah, you can always click and enter the full screen mode for it. Then at the bottom here, we have hyperlinked everything that was used, or all the resources used to create this, each individual or each tutorial video here, right? So if you click that, it takes you to the slide deck, right? Then for the notebooks, so for the first one, this first notebook covers everything from introduction to, sorry. So for introduction to, from here, this notebook covers everything from introduction to Python and Python comments all the way to Python control structures, right? While for the others, they have their individual notebooks hyperlinked under, right? For example, Introduction to Google Colab has its own notebook hyperlinked. Then for here, Functions has its own notebook hyperlinked and all of that, right? Then another bit to note, some of these topics or thematic areas have pop quizzes, like I already mentioned. So to take the quiz, just click the links and it will redirect you to where you can take these short quizzes, right? Just to test your knowledge. Again, it doesn't add up to your graduation score or requirements. It's just a knowledge check. All right. Then lastly, on this, we have here a glossary, right? That helps explain some of the terms you're going to hear or encounter in the course of this tutorial videos. Yeah, this is a notebook that contains a glossary of all of those terms. And then we also have a quick survey we would want you to take upon completing this Jumpstarter kit, just to help us know how useful it was to you or how valuable you found it. So yeah, once again, the link to this is right here on the slide for this session. Once you click the hyperlink here, it redirects you to the Jumpstarter kit. Alrighty. So before I hand over to Welly, I think a poll is gonna go up now. Wellington or Annette, who's gonna launch that?
It's up.
All right, cool. Thank you. Okay, Wellington, I'm just gonna stop sharing and you take it from there.
All right. Thank you so much, Uba, for taking us through the Jumpstart Kit. Actually, it's a Jumpstart Kit, I could say, because it is like everything that you need to know before you begin. So yeah, Bumi highlighted in the chat that please make sure you access this Jumpstart Kit before learning starts. Actually, learning is starting next week. So that would mean this week, make sure you have access to this thing. Go through it to get familiarity with the Python before learning actually starts. It will help you and it will come in handy. So please make sure that you do that. It's gonna come via the email. So be on the lookout for your emails to receive the link to the Jumpstart Kit. This is going to make your life easy. So please normalize going through perusing things, that kind of thing, because it's gonna come. Python, yeah, it's really a snake, but I tell you, I promise you, it's a friendly snake. It's not gonna bite you. It's gonna play with you, try to squeeze you a little bit, but then it will actually release. So you're not gonna die. You're not gonna get swallowed. Actually, don't worry. It's not gonna swallow you. You have a whole lot of team members who are here to support you, and the Python Jumpstart Kit, it's there for you. So be on the lookout. So please, you're not gonna get beaten actually, because we don't want people to die on the way. So yeah, so you're not gonna die. Don't worry. It's not something that will bite you. So this takes us up to the session that you have been waiting for. I've been seeing people raising up their hands, asking questions, and here we are. The questions are going to be answered. So this is the time. Actually, I'll request Bumi to be in the Q&A so that we don't miss questions. You read out the question and then the team members will ask the questions. Or rather, let me say, no, not for me, not for me. Coyote, please, would you please do that? I would like you to read the questions with that accent of yours. This is very great. I guess we are going to love it. Even the learners are going to love the accent. So please do us the honors of reading the questions in the Q&A, while list those who have got the energy and strength to raise up their hand can actually do so. We give you the opportunity to ask your question live, and then we get you answered. So, Coyote, I guess you are in the Q&A as now. Ambrose. Is Ambrose here?
Is Coyote there? Wellington?
Yes.
Are you asking Coyote to read the Q&A?
Okay, I wanted him to just be there, but I'll ask as we go for him to read. But I want Ambrose to talk. She raised her hand. So, Ambrose, please. Yes, Ambrose. Ambrose? Okay. Seems like okay, please please Coyote, could you read us one question from the Q&A, please?
Annette has her hands raised.
Okay.
Yes,
Annette?
yes. Just to cut you short a bit, while we might want to just have everyone come in and raise their hands, we might not be able to get to all of you today. Thankfully, we have an office hour scheduled on Wednesday. So you guys can come in, and literally that session is for you to ask all the questions that you might have. So in case you're not able to answer your question today, just please show up on Wednesday. And over to you, Wellington, again.
All right, thank you so much, Annette. Yes, actually, we are not going to be able to answer all the questions today. So, Ambrose, please talk. You're unmuted. You can go ahead and ask. Okay, I'll move on to another one while we wait for you. Olainka, please. Olainka. All right, I'll ask Coyote to read from the Q&A, please.
Wellington, I think Coyote's network might be faulty. I think we can go on.
Okay, no,
Okay.
I can pick it up from here now.
All right, thank you, Coyote.
Yeah. So I think I'll start from the first one, from Mustafa Nasser. He said, hello, I applied for the DS program last January, but I've been told that I don't have to take the foundation and data analytics again since I've already graduated from them. Is this true, please? Because the Python track is still not available yet.
All right.
So, okay.
Okay, thank you. You want to take that one, right?
Yeah, so I don't know. Okay, he asked this question earlier before Bumi had specified that no one can see the Python track right now. So yeah, I noticed a lot of the questions are based on the availability of the Python track. No one can see the Python track right now. So don't fret, don't panic, you're not alone.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes, yeah, it's been highlighted. So everyone who has asked a question centered around seeing Python, you don't have to worry about that because It's not, you are not alone in this not seeing, in quotes, not seeing Python. Everybody else is not seeing Python. So you will see Python very soon. So you don't have to worry about that. Okay, let me go to Ibaklungu. Will you be able to talk, please, and ask your question? Ibak?
I don't know.
Okay. You can go ahead and ask, please.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you, Ibak. You're live.
Sorry, I don't know. My piece has got an issue with my keyboard, so it was done. It was just a misdial.
I get it. You didn't intend to raise your hand. That's understandable. Okay, thank you. I'll move on to Kairat Olawale. Please go ahead. Yes, Kairat, please go ahead and talk. Okay. Do we have any other question that is different from
Good afternoon, please can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but we can hardly hear you actually.
Okay, so I tried to ask a question on the Q&A about the what next slide there. I can't find it on the resource channel.
Okay. Did anyone get that question? I didn't get it quite well.
Yeah, you're asking for the what next slide is that.
Okay, Kairat, I would advise that you type your question in the Q&A so that it gets
It's
answered.
already in the Q&A. It's already in the Q&A.
Okay.
Sorry, hello, Kairat. What do you think?
Yes.
I said it's already in the Q&A.
Yeah, we heard
Okay.
that, Kairat. Wellington, if you allow me.
Yeah.
So, Kairat, if you can hear me, we will make it available to you. Annette, if you could please just drop the link to that very slide on the chart.
The link to the what? To the Python?
No, the what next slides.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
have that. Yeah.
And also maybe just to pick it up a bit, unfortunately, we won't be able to have everyone just unmute again. We kind of do need to wrap up right in the next few minutes. So all these questions will be addressed, and I can see almost all of them are kind of similar. So what we'll do is we're going to populate as always, you guys will get a recording of the session. And then we are going to also have access to the slides, and we'll be able to see like all the things that we've been talking about from what happens in the Python track and things like that. And just to share as well, this week is orientation week. So we get to onboard you. So no need to rush. Like Uba said, Python is just chilling. You guys will be able to actually have access to Python and see what it's all about in the course of the week. So you're not missing out on anything. You're not missing out on any learning. This week is just to make sure that you first have access to the platforms, you have access, you know where to get your support. It's not changing from what you guys have been knowing. It's just like now you're just in different, like, EHub spaces, but answer base is answer base, Athena is Athena. So all these questions we'll get to address them on Wednesday. And then during that session, you can come in, and then we can just like have conversations even by you guys raising your hands. The Jumpstart Kit as well, you guys will have access to it as well. Will be shared via email. It's already on eHub, but also we're going to be sharing it also with these slides as well. Take time to go through the kit this week. That will be your number one assessment for the week. But if I see. And I see just the question that you have. If you have any technical issues, that looks like you want your email changed after you've enrolled to Python. Once that tab has been activated, you can see the spaces and things like that. And you successfully actually met all the DA criteria. And I know that's also another question that's coming up. Please reach out on Zendesk, and the tech team will be able to support you as well. What's next? All the recordings, all the sessions will also be shared on eHub. In the meantime, now, because you guys have access to the DA spaces, we will share this recording there. But also, when you guys are onboarded on Python as well, you will get the resources there as well, just to make sure we are covering all ground. But if for today, we'll go to the next slide. Where we share a link where we just want to see if this session was helpful, what we can improve on. Next slides, please, Wellington. And then we can be able to wrap it up and then see you guys on Wednesday. As you guys are filling out this form in the next few minutes, I'm going to invite Buhari. Buhari, please, you can be answering the question on what about the learner that wants to take DE and DS together. In the meantime, I will share this link, and then it would be amazing to get feedback from you. So, Buhari?
All right. So just to give you advice is that although the access fee grant you that privilege to take both DS and DE together, however, I would strongly recommend that you stick to one, because I'm not going to lie to you, the course is going to get challenging as you dive in. So yeah, that's it. Back to you, Annette.
Thank you. And I'm going to pass it on to Wellington to give us some good vibe as we close out the session.
Okay, so we're gonna be like playing some music while you're filling the form, or you don't know? Is that what you're saying?
Yo, navigating. Sorry, I was just navigating to another space, but we could listen to them. If you guys are able to scan it, we can listen to a music for the next few seconds, and then we can just call it a day.
All right, so as you guys are filling out this form, I'll play some music so that you don't feel secluded and alone in this journey. So the music is going to soothe the fear that you have. Oh my God, what happened?